Hello, my name is Justin Adams, and welcome to Jay's Days, or should I say, welcome back to my 25 Days of Christmas movies. And it is the day, guys, to stop this nonsense and to release my last Christmas movie that I'm going to review. After this video, I'm going to have like a little bit of an announcement, so if you guys want to stick around, please do, but if you don't, I completely understand. Today I am doing something that this was my favorite Christmas movie as a kid. I can see why, but then again, this is The Polar Express. This movie is directed by Robert Zemekis and starring Tom Hanks. It's based on a book by Chris Van Allsburg. It is about a young boy who doesn't really believe in Santa anymore. It's not like he doesn't believe, but he's just having speculations. A train comes by, and it's this conductor played by Tom Hanks is like, well, you coming? Where? To the North Pole, of course! I can't do Tom Hanks. So, the kid hops on the Polar Express, and it's a train that goes to the North Pole. It picks up a bunch of kids, and some who don't believe, some who do believe, some who are just nervous, some who just need life lessons, blah, 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 blah. Is this movie good? I loved it as a kid. I really did. I really loved it. Before I watched the movie, I saw him Rotten Tomatoes has like a 58%. And right there I was like, oh no, it's not going to be as good as I thought it was as a kid. That's not good. I'm going to be a little sad while watching it. I watched it and I wasn't sad, but I mean, like, I can definitely see its problems. But the stuff that I love. My favorite scene is when the boy is trying to give the ticket back to the girl, and it flies off, and we literally watch it just go all over the place, and then back to the train, and it's just like one shot, and it has such amazing visuals, and Robert Zemeckis' brain. I just want to see what it's like, because some of the things that he coughs up are just awesome. Even when the movie's lagging some shit, he still delivers some awesome eye candy. Now, one problem, once the movie establishes these characters, it then adds on these two goofy conductor guys, and they are so stupid, and they just drag the plot, and it's not really a movie that you would expect to go full on, like, these guys are pulling this guy's beard, and he's just like, guys like swallowing a part of the engine. It's just those two guys are a bit too wacky and cartoony. But instead, on the scene where it's mostly displaying these two idiots, it's when the train is on the ice, and this is where the movie goes completely ridiculous, because the train is going all over the place. The movie just decides to focus on the two conductors, the kids, and Tom Hanks. And that's all fine and dandy, but what about the kids in the carts? That's what I'm wondering about. Then next thing you know, like, some of the train is like going underwater, this ice cold water. It's about to be Titanic with a train, but with kids. And we never cut to the kids. Like, we only go, like, the hero boy goes into the cart, and the know-it-all kid is like, oh, you should have saw it. It was like, blah, 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 blah. Like, he was trying to explain, like, oh, we were in it too, but no. Like, just one shot of them being like, would have been fine, but the entire scene, I'm like, oh, so they're dead, and we're just focusing on these guys now. That's cool. Another problem with this movie is it a musical? I don't know, but there are songs, like one Tom Hanks does, which I don't mind the Tom Hanks one. Just hearing Tom Hanks singing, I guess, is just an experience. But anyways, there's this part where this little kid starts singing about Christmas and believing, and the girl chimes in, and the hero boy is just like sitting there like, he's like, I'm pretty sure he's thinking what we're thinking, like, why are they singing right now? Are we in a musical? Shit, I thought it was just like one musical number. The movie decides to put some cherries on top and add Steven Tyler. Yeah, I'm not joking. I never noticed it as a kid. But there's a Steven Tyler elf. Robert Zemeckis, what were you smoking, dude? Which brings me to the elves and to the North Pole. Everything in the North Pole drags the movie. Like, I thought the part when with the two goofy guys dragged it. No, the North Pole does. Like, the misadventures on the train were more interesting because there were more stakes involved. If you fall off a train, you're gonna die. once we get to the North Pole, we're expecting to just see Santa and then to have that spiritual moment in the movie to end. But I feel like the movie just didn't, it was like, nah, man, we need more adventure, more excitement. So it just added all this other hoopla. But you know what? It's worth the wait, because once you see Santa, you feel like, when I was a kid, when I first saw this in the theater, seeing that part with Santa blew me away. I was like, did they get Santa to come on set for a while? And there was something about it that wasn't fake like the other ones. It's this one and the Santa Claus with Tim Allen. Those are the two Santa Clauses. Even though it's Tim Allen as Santa Claus, I just feel like I have a more of emotional connection with those two. I feel like those, whenever I think of Santa Claus, I think of those two. I think of Tom Hanks as Santa and Tim Allen as Santa. Those are weird. Whoa. Guys. Woody and Buzz. Woody and Buzz both played Santa. That just blew me the fuck. That just totally blew me away. I was just thinking, I was just like, wait a second. Overall, this movie is good. Even though I just said all those flaws, scrape all those flaws. You can basically just throw this review in the can. It made me believe like no other. At the time when this movie was coming out, my brother was, I love you, Devin, but I'm gonna blame you for something. He was hazing me that Santa wasn't real. So I was hardcore thinking, uh-oh, Santa isn't real. But then I saw this movie and I was like, fuck my brother, man. And I saw it in my brother's eyes. He was like, maybe. But I totally was like, oh man, dude, this means Santa's fucking real, and this movie's done it. So, you know what? I'm going with my kid self. I don't remember how old I was when this movie came out, but I'm going with that one. I'm going with his review. And his review would be like, this movie is exciting. Everything feels real, even when it's getting too overboard, like trains on ice. It's still, it's an exhilarating experience. That's what I think about the Polar Express. And I am now done reviewing Christmas movies. That is right. I was gonna do more, but I just decided, you know what, I think I'm gonna cut it this, because I've already done like most of my favorites, but I took some out because I want to do this again next year, so I need to keep some, or else I'm just gonna be reviewing hoopla. I'm going to get into something. This is my announcement. Starting, I don't know when, but starting at some point, I'm going to do this thing called Justin Appreciates. I'm going to be sitting on my chair over here. You can't see it. I don't feel like moving my camera because I'm going to have to adjust it back. It's going to be a whole mess. So there's a chair right here. There's a recliner. Believe me, I'm not making it up. And I'm going to sit there and I'm going to be appreciating an actor, a director, a writer, a composer, an editor, a producer, anybody. I'm going to sit there and I'm going to appreciate them. I'm going to talk about their best work. I'm going to talk about their worst work. I'm going to talk about their medium work. I'm not going to sit there and spiel about their entire careers. I'm only going to nitpick a few movies, those three. I'm going to pick the good, the bad, and the ugly. The ugly is the worst. The bad is the okay. So yeah, I cannot wait to do that. That's going to be my new thing since there are no more Christmas movies, but there are more movies to come, so don't you guys worry. I have plenty of things to say about other movies yet to come. I cannot wait for 2016, and if you guys have not seen my top 10 worst and best movies of 2015, then check those out too, because I say a lot of shit there. Whew! And guys, if you want, you can follow me on Twitter at I'mJust_420. That is it. That is done. I am done. I quit.